show you what else we're doing in our yard since we've planted. We're putting in grapevines. We've got like 7 fruit trees on our 3/4 of an acre and tons of flowers and fruits and veggies growing in the garden. Now we're going to take on doing mason bees. Mason bees is a very small, gentle bee, except for they're considered a super pollinator. They really pollinate really well. Since it gets so cold here in the winter in Minnesota, I will have to, there's a process. They wrap themselves in a cocoon, and then I'll have to bring them in the house, see if they're viable in the cocoon, and then basically store them in my refrigerator. I'll probably get a smaller fridge, like a dorm size fridge for that. That way they're separated. But the hope is to get our fruits and veggies to really grow well. Like I said, even though we're in a small lot area of 3/4 of an acre, we're still doing a lot of stuff, but I will show you what I got. So here are a few things I got at our local flea farm. I'm starting out with 2 of these. They're insect houses, except for they will do, let's see, leafcutter bees, ladybugs, mason bees, and lacewings. The bees will usually come in here and nest and make that their home, and then come winter time when they're done for the season, they'll make a cocoon to, stay for the winter until spring when they come back out and do their job and live the best life they can. So it's these things that I will have to pull out to get the cocoons out. So we're going to try this. It's relatively cheap to do that. Mason bees do not cost very much. So we're going to try that in hopes of getting better produce or fruit off our fruit trees and everything. So we got those, and then I grabbed, just for enjoyment for the kiddos, this little butterfly feeder. We've never had one of these before, so I thought that'd be cute for them to be able to see the butterflies come eat and everything. And then I've never had a suet feeder, so I grabbed one of those and 2 suet feeds, and then one of these songbird bell treats. The thing with the mason bees is I cannot have these next to where there would be any bird feeders or bird houses, because they do not do well right next to each other. You can have them both in your yard, just separated. But yeah, so I'll show you where I get these hung up and then kind of the process of that. So I thought I'd show you, we put this split rail fence out of repurposed wood. It didn't cost us anything, it was free. We did this last summer. This is in the front of our house, and my husband is working on putting one over here along the side of the house. And what we're going to do is we're going to plant grapevines to have it growing on here and on the one on the side of the house. We only have like 3/4 of an acre, and that includes where our house is with our house setting. So you can do a lot of stuff. We have like 7 fruit trees, we have a big garden, and then now I'm going to use these split rail posts in the front of my house to grow grapes on. So I'm utilizing every possible space of our yard for growing things, and it's decorative, so it will fill in with the vines. So yeah, I thought I'd show you what we're doing. So we just put in 1 grapevine. It's pretty big, so it should start grabbing onto the fence. This one, get down here. It is a Somerset seedless grape. So we got that in there, and there's already little grapes sprouting on there. So that's cool that this is already started and it's bigger. So yeah, the hope is that it'll travel down the fence and we'll get lots of grapes. And then my husband is putting in the other one over there. That one is a green grape. I don't think this one's seedless because it did not say on the tag, but I'll look at it. This one is, oh, focus. Edelweiss grape. Yeah, it doesn't say if it's seedless, so I'm guessing it has seeds, but that's okay. So we got one green and one purple. So this is part of our project we did over the weekend. We have a wood fence that goes all the way down. The shutters and the window someone had at the end of their driveway for free. So my husband grabbed everything they had for free. I popped the glass out. I painted the insert T there green. And that's because I had green paint here, so I didn't purchase any of that. So the only thing I did buy was the butterflies. I think all 4 of them together was $10, so that whole thing only cost me $10, so that was another thing we worked on this weekend. And then in the back corner of our backyard fence, this goes partway down there, I got one of the bee houses. I'm waiting on my mason bees. I'm going to have to wait till spring to get, because those are like a spring to early summer bee. So, but I am going to get some leaf cutter bees. Those are really good pollinators also. They're a little bit easier to maintain than the mason bees, like in the winter for storage and, you know, dealing with the cocoons and stuff. So I'm researching those too, but yeah, I'm going to waiting on my leaf cutter bees right now for that one. And we do have another one of these houses at the other end of the fence on the opposite side, just to kind of get the whole area of our yard. And I got my little ladies following me. Hi ladies. Hi. Out and about. Out and about. And where I got my door planter, I am going to, my husband's making a sign. It says the Breakfast Club, and that's going to go on the top of the door, and I'm going to get a couple little metal decorations for the side so that won't be totally plain. But we also added the shutter. I had extra red spray paint from the door, so that was white when we got it for free, so I painted that and we put that there. And the last shutter I had, I also painted red, and at the top of the coop, my husband had made that sign, says fresh eggs, so we hooked that to that, so that turned out really cute. So I've been outside working in the yard all day. So for dinner, I've got a whole chicken I'm going to do in my air fryer. I have never done a chicken in there before. So I rinsed it off, cleaned it up, put it in there. And then I'm going to put garlic salt with parsley. I'll dump a bunch in this bowl. Should be easier if the cap was off. So I'm just going to dump a bunch in there. I got a little onion powder I'm going to put in there. Some paprika. Ground turmeric. It's got a lot of, I like to put this in a lot of stuff I make because it's got a good healing properties and everything in there. And then I got some minced onion I'm just going to add in there. And then I'm just going to stir it up. Kind of mix the seasonings together. And then I'm going to just dump it on the top, and then I'll kind of massage it around. That way it kind of gets on everything. And then I'm just going to take it to my air fryer, slide it in, and then I'm going to put it on, I think, 400. And it says it should take hour and 5 minutes. My air fryer only goes up to 60 minutes, so I will put it on for that, and then I will check it and see if it needs to have anything else done. But I'm going to peel some potatoes for homemade mashed potatoes, and then some frozen veggies, and then we're good to go for dinner in a couple hours after being outside all day doing all this work. So this is how the chicken turned out. It did only take an hour to do, and it's completely done. This is not burnt. That's just a seasoning on top. And then this is what we plated up. Mashed potatoes, chicken. I cut up a watermelon, rice, homemade macaroni and cheese, and mixed veggies. So that's what we're having tonight because it's been a crazy, crazy busy day. So even with all the craziness I've been doing this weekend, I decided to make banana bread, So I have a ton of bananas in the freezer, and I times it by 5. So was that a quint batch, I believe? So yeah, I will show you these when they're done. I've got my, I think this is a 13 quart metal bowl. Hopefully I can keep it all in there, but yeah, I'll show you when these get done and out of the oven. I've made 5 batches of banana bread, so I should get a lot of loaves out of this. So I ended up getting 8 loaves out of the banana bread I did times 5 recipe, but I'm going to throw these in the oven now. So I ended up with 8 loaves of bread, or banana bread I should say. I'm going to freeze some, see if my couple kids that do not live at home want any, and then my kids here at home will eat this right up. Quick little peek at the garden. It's getting really, really big. I need to get in there and pull some weeds and get my little tiller in between the rows. But yeah, that's growing really well. So yeah, this is how we're ending our night. It's been a crazy busy weekend, but we got so much done.